first national park in Canada is Banff, and one we had been looking forward to. First real view of the mountains in Canada, and it is certainly a beautiful place. Our campground was basically a road with pull-offs on each side, which really worked just fine.
And there were lots of elk that were roaming through the campground. They even had some hoodoos that we went to look at nearby the campground.
Not anything like the hoodoos that we see in Utah, but hoodoos nonetheless.
Banff is a quaint village with a lot of shops, very similar to Gatlinburg, except on days that it rains. We just got off the gondola and we are here at the viewing area at the top of the ski lift. It's a little overcast today. The sun's kind of peeking through now and then, and it's pretty chilly, about 42, 44 degrees, so we're dressed pretty warm.
Lake Louise is, of course, one of the highlights of a trip to Banff. It is absolutely a beautiful place, and you really can't tell it from these pictures, but there were a lot of people there. Not nearly as many as there will be in the summer, but there was still a pretty good crowd. Cave and Basin is in the town of Banff, and it is, well, it's a cave, but that's backwards, but anyway, it is the place where Parks Canada got its start.
Also in the town of Banff is Bow Falls, which Molly kind of enjoyed too.
Lake Minnewaca is another large lake in the Banff area. Very beautiful. You can take boat tours. Well, we didn't do that, but you can do that. Very beautiful place.
One of the prettiest lakes I think we saw was Pado Lake. You can see how royal blue the color is here.
I think Kootney was probably our favorite park, at least in the Banff area. It really is quite stunning. We saw the most wildlife there and took a couple hikes. It was really beautiful.
Some of the prettiest scenery too, I think.
Absolutely.
This is on the way back to Vermilion Canyon. You gotta love the red chairs in the national parks in Canada at the end of a trail. We are on the way to the paint pots in British Columbia in Kootney National Park. And notice how turquoise and clear this water is. pretty cool. Molly liked it.
The paint pots are 3 iron-rich mineral springs that stain the surrounding ground ochre in color, very, very red. And we didn't go very far because it is muddy, and we do have a white dog, and that would not have gone well.
We headed down the road from the paint pots to Numa Falls. As we said before, some of the prettiest scenery I think we found in Kootney.
So along the road in Kootney, we ran into mountain goats and a grizzly bear. And in a moment you'll see a black bear. And these guys were just chowing down on the dandelions. Now we have been told that they need to have 25,000 calories a day at this time of year, which is about what I've been eating, but that's another story.
And how do you get that many calories on dandelions? I don't understand it. One of my favorite places was the hot springs, where we actually rented bathing suits and got in, and it felt wonderful at 104 degrees. Real Canadian geese. In Yoho, the scenery was a little bit different. The mountains looked more rocky than in Kootney and Banff.
One of the most interesting things I thought were the spiral railroad tunnels. That there's an entrance to one, and if you look very close up here, you can see the exit from that same tunnel that spirals through the mountain, and there are 2 of them. You'll need to pause this sign to see how it really works. Unfortunately, there were no trains running because the tracks were under repair, so we did not get to see them in use.